They say that true beauty lays in the eyes of the beholder. And with that said, behold this beauty, the Husqvarna Vitpilen. Now let's get one thing straight out of the way. In theory, this is the KTM RC 250 in a prettier birthday suit, a shorter tail and no fairing. But let me just tell you why this is so much more than that.
The Vitpilen 250 and the Swedish 250 are the two bikes Husqvarna have on offer in India. Both the bikes are pretty much the same apart from the clip-on handlebars and road tires on the cafe racer, the Vitpilen, is replaced with more upright handlebars and dual sport tires on the scrambler, the Vitpilen.
When it comes to design, the Vitpilen is an absolute stunner. It's so achingly pretty that it's pretty much guaranteed that wherever you go, you're going to be asked about it. Our team has been riding the Vitpilen and the Vitpilen for around 4 days, and wherever we go, we are stopped to ask what it is, where it's from, and when has it been out. To be honest, you don't see many of these yet. However, they are really head turners. It's 1.8 lakhs ex showroom, but when you tell people that, they expect it to be 2-3 times more expensive than that, which is a good thing for the Vitpilen. At first glance, the Vitpilen does seem like quite a small bike, but once you get your bum on the saddle, you do realize how light of a bike this is. 151 kgs. That's like 15 kgs lighter than the Duke 250. However, there is a drawback, which is the seat height. The seat height is like an ADV competitive 843 mm. So if you are anywhere below 5'7", I'm pretty sure you're going to have quite a lot of trouble on it. The bronze fuel filler cap with the Huskvarna logo on it, the yellow stitching on the seats, the single pod LCD cluster and the round headlamps with integrated DRLs make this cafe racer look like it's come from the future rather than from the past. I personally think that the styling alone is going to seal the deal for most buyers. Although there is a penalty to have such aggressive styling. You leave very little room to tuck away those cables neatly, and that means that there is quite a bit of a mess down there below the body parts. And apart from that, there is no other bad part of appearance in this bike.
The 250 Duke's 249cc liquid-cooled single and the same gearing gels with the fun and playful nature of the Huskies. This engine is eager to rev, with the meat of the power band sitting at the mid and top end of the range, which means that it only begins to come alive post 4000 RPM, with a notable surge after 7500 RPM and all the way to the limiter. Personally, I don't mind this, as I like engines that rev with a sense of urgency, and working the gearbox keeps you engaged while riding the motorcycle. On the flip side, the weak bottom end will require more gear shifts while riding at low speeds, but that's hardly an issue as the 6-speed gearbox is smooth to operate.
When it comes to maneuverability, you might think that the wheelbase might be a little shorter than the Duke 250 because it seems like it. However, it's not the case. It's the same. And while you turn in traffic, you really need to twist and turn, and sometimes you do need a little bit more. You're gonna have to see yourself reversing a little bit to take a U-turn, and maneuverability is 7 out of 10, maybe, being optimistic.
One thing you're gonna have to learn to live with is this inherent buzzy nature of this engine, something that can be felt in the seats, bars and pegs. The Vitpilen's rigidly mounted clip-ons transmit all the sensation to your hands. In fact, sustained high-speed rides on the cafe racer will leave you with a tingling sensation in your palm. But it's not to the point of it being prohibitively bothersome. You could, at a stretch, pass that off as a characterful trait about the Vitpilen, especially when you discover the way it handles around the corners. The white arrow is set on the stiffer side. The WP upside down forks in the front and monoshock at the rear do let the rider know what's happening underneath. Traffic is where you feel that the Vitpilen needs a bit more space when it comes around moving other stationary bikes or cars in traffic. What I really didn't enjoy doing with the bike was reaching its top speed. On the speedo, it nudged around 138 kilometers an hour, plus the effort to reach there was un-KTM-like. There were also vibrations that crept in post the ton. The motorcycle is happy cruising at 90-100 kilometers an hour, the sweet spot as some of you like to call it. The stability too is good, but above 100 kilometers an hour, the vibrations and the front weaving takes away some of the confidence from the rider.
Many are smitten by this delicious looking bike, and I wouldn't blame them. Take a spin on it and the clamoring only grows. However, I wouldn't suggest you to keep this as your only bike in your household. You should keep this as your second or third bike, and the regular Activa should be used for your regular chores. If you use this for your chores, you're going to come back with a broken back. At 1.85 lakhs ex-showroom, it's a smidge under the Duke 250. And pretty much Bajaj is going to service your bike, so you're not going to have any problem because the parts are the same, the servicing is the same. You don't see any bad stuff coming out of KTM Bajaj. What do you guys think of the Vitpilen? Would you get this over a Duke 250? Do let us know in the comments down below. This is your boy Bhavneet. See you in the next one.